JJ from Once Somerville. Thanks so much for being here. It's great to see you. What you're about to enjoy is some special content created just for you by the Once family. We appreciate the time that the artists have given, and we've put a link to their tip jar in the comments below. We've also put a link there to our GoFundMe. This is one of the ways that we're going to get through this time until we can be open and together again. Art and community are our priorities here at Once. We really miss you, and we can't wait until we can all be back together. Until then, this is our way of holding our community close and continuing to make art. So, before you enjoy the show, a couple of notes. The bathrooms are in the back. On the left, no flash photography, and as always, no crowd surfing. Enjoy. We'll see you soon.
Revelations right here. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like this page. I'll take a little bit of piece right here. Ooh, very nice. Just gonna pop it right in here, like that. Some green. Damn, that's good. Hey everyone. I'm the Satanic Chef. My name is Adam Ostrovsky. Welcome to my Satanic Kitchen. Den of Iniquity, thank you for tuning in. Right now we're going to talk about some cool artwork that I have. This happens to be a couple of prints from spook shows from the turn of the century. Back in about 1900 to 1930, before the TV was invented, spook shows and vaudeville had taken over the world by storm. Theater performances were really still what people got their daily entertainment from. Some of these prints, origin unknown. As you can see, they look very hand cut, as well as, because of the age, given a lot of wear and tear. This one shows ghosts playing basketball, and this was a flyer for, well, it doesn't really show where it was going to happen, does it? This picture right here was gifted to me by a fella by the name of Howie Pyro, who happened to be in a couple of really awesome bands, such as Degeneration with Jesse Malin, as well as Danzig. Howie was a staple in the New York scene for years before moving to Los Angeles, and who also just had a birthday. So if you're watching this, Howie, happy birthday. This photo is also gifted to me by Howie. He has an extensive collection, one which can't be toppled by anybody. Probably the world's largest spook show collection I have ever seen. And there you have it. This is my spook show collection. Until next time, hail Satan. Hi guys, welcome back to the Satanic Chef. Today we're going to be cooking a local mixed green salad with pickled shallots, pepitas, balsamic vinaigrette, and Black Phillip goat cheese. This goat cheese is actually from Ruggles Hill Creamery, which happens to be in Hardwick, Massachusetts. First things first, I'm going to teach you how to make a balsamic vinaigrette. Oh, almost forgot. It's that time of the year again. Just for good luck, I'm burning some of that nice Bible. So, making an emulsion as we call it. I'm going to be taking some of my balsamic, some of my olive oil. I'm going to turn on my blender as such. Now you want to turn it up all the way. An emulsion is something that binds together with fat. So I'm simply going to take some of my garlic confit. I have in here mustard as well as balsamic vinegar. And some of that garlic confit oil. I'm going to drizzle it in there. And make it rain, baby. At the end, I'm going to hit it with a little bit of pepper. Turn that thing right off. It's already got salt in it. As you can see, it's become a mustardy, garlicky kind of situation here. I learned the word situation from an amazing chef by the name of Nookie, because that's what it is. It's a balsamic vinaigrette situation. So I've got my things here right now. I'm going to take my salad in this big old bowl. Add a little bit of Bible for good luck. Lastly, so when you make a salad, you want to be able to really make it a nice. But make it a nice, you want to make sure that you don't crush your greens while you mix them together. It's a big problem for a lot of people. People like to overdress their salads. I purposefully do not. You know why? Because they turn soggy and wilted, and in turn they start to cook. First things first, I'm going to take a little bit of pepitas. Not a lot, because I'm going to finish my salad with some of these pepitas. I'm going to take a little bit of my salt pepper blend. That's right, I mix salt and pepper together. And when you're making an emulsion, which is taking fat and taking, well, a vinaigrette or any kind of liquid and binding it together, you want to be able to put something in it to bind it. A lot of people like to take ice water, which helps also stretch out your emulsion, and it also helps you be able to have, you know, mass quantities of it. Or it also helps you if you're trying not to break your sauce. Now, I'm going to take some of the situation and my bare hands in a little bit, and I'm going to make you this salad. We have this really cool goat cheese. It's from Allie's Eclipse. I purchased this at a place in Massachusetts called Formaggio Kitchen. There's a couple locations. One is on Shamet Street. The other one is in Cambridge. David is their director of cheese and operations, and he is a fucking awesome guy. If you ever get down to Formaggio, make sure that you go check out their cheese selection. Probably the best in the city. Now, if you look closely, you'll see a black goat on there. Well, there's two black goats, like Black Phillip, you know, from the movie The Witch. Funny story about Black Phillip. The Satanic Temple of Detroit tried to get Black Phillip to come to the premiere of The Witch, but unfortunately, Black Phillip was not available because he's too temperamental. I'm going to open up this. This is in a batch of 6 out of 19, so this is pretty rare. You can see a little bit of black in there underneath the rind, and that's probably the ash that they covered in. And this rind, if we pull it back a little bit, you can definitely see the ash that the cheese was covered in before they aged it. And this rind is mold that comes with it. So we'll worry about that later. I'm gonna, you know, wipe my brow off, maybe with some of my napkins I got over here. Oh, damn. I'm going to take a little bit of these pickled shallots that I made. I will be doing a tutorial on pickles. So I will be teaching you how to do these things later on. You just have to tune into the satanictemple.it, or you can tune into events with live venues like Once in Somerville. Once is a venue in Somerville, Massachusetts. They are in need of donations, and they have set up a virtual venue. After you watch this video, there will be a link to be able to donate to them, as well as Black Lives Matter. So how I pickled these was in a little bit of red wine vinegar, a dash of cooked out red wine to give it that really nice red wine color, you know, almost like sacrificial blood. And they were cut pretty brunoise, which means small dice in French. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, not too much. You taste everything in there. The salt, the pepper, the mustard. I'll take my salad greens and just sort of mix them up with my hands as such. Now, if you overmix your greens, what's going to happen is you're going to have a fucking sad salad. And arugula is very peppery, so we're not going to add a ton of pepper to this. But we are going to make it very beautiful inside this plate. Now, take a little bit of this with my dirty fingers. I'm going to put that back here. Definitely going to grab some napkins. I'm all dirty. You want to make sure that you have the appearance somebody that has not been a slob. I'm going to take my delicious goat cheese and just sort of like break it apart with my hands. Ooh, look at that. If you could smell this, it would be, you'd be in such heaven right now. Let's even do a little taste test. It's almost like brie. I'm going to take a little bit of this. Now, the rind could be edible, but we don't know that. A lot of people are a little like skeptical about it. I think it looks pretty cool. And to be honest with you, I'm just going to sneak a little bit in there. Kind of looks like burned Bible papers. Then we'll say burned Bible pickles. Take a little bit. Just sort of scoop it out from the middle. And again, this is for one salad, so you don't want to go too crazy. Traditionally, I would probably put some toasted bread on top so you could spread your goat cheese on it, but there's really no need. I mean, this salad pretty much speaks to you as it is. All this simpleness, it's going to get a little bit more pepitas. And there you have it. Our local mixed green salad with pepitas, balsamic vinaigrette, pickled shallots, and this black Phillip goat cheese that is so fucking bomb. You have to go try it. Thank you guys. Hail Satan. Thank you for joining me. I'm the Satanic Chef, Adam Ostrovsky. Stay tuned for the next video. Hail Satan.
Greetings.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Adam, how are you?
Hello, Satan's blessings.
Pretty good. So,
That salad looks pretty delicious. Might have to come over there right now.
I love a pickled shallot.
Pickled shallot and that black Phillip goat cheese is pretty cool.
That goat cheese is really, really good.
It's my favorite.
It's really good.
Big fan.
California too that I like. Cowgirl Creamery, which is up in San Francisco.
Yeah, they're great. They're great.
So guys, thank you for coming and allowing me to interview you. It's been a while. It's been since, I think November since I last saw you.
Yeah, November. Yeah, we're happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
That was a good show. That was a very, very fun show.
I mean, like, Satanism and food. Those are maybe two of my favorite topics.
Mine too.
Nice.
Hence, maybe that's why they call you the Satanic Chef.
That might be why. I just have a feeling.
I'm excited to talk shop, or should I say talk chop? Don't try and beat me at my own puns, Mr. James. He saw that one coming. He knows me too well.
I did.
Bad puns. That's right under Satanism on my list of favorite things.
The talk shop.
Talk chop. Yeah.
Well, how are you guys both handling this pandemic, and is it allowing you guys to become creative like right now? Are you guys okay?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's been shitty because we like to a certain extent because we've had to cancel literally every single tour that we had lined up for the year, including like our first festival appearances at Download, which is a really big deal for us, especially since I think last year only 2% of the people on the Download stages were women. So like to have that opportunity to bring our satanic feminism to those stages was really exciting and important for me. And like as a kid growing up with British, my mom's from England, like I used to go out there and see the rock and roll magazines and dream of playing those stages. So there are some harsh blows, but not to be a Debbie Downer. I think we're just trying to make the most of the time. And I think that out of like constraint comes growth. And we're hoping that with all of this disruption, we can come out the other side and like birth a new eon of Babylon, so to speak. And I think there's been a lot of amazing change and forward movement with, the attempt to dismantle systemic racism. So I think that's the positives out of that. We've just been throwing our energies into that. And of course, just staying creative and doing what we do. And I mean, our lives are always completely in upheaval because we're on the road and we never have any time to take a breath. So it's been kind of interesting to have this much time sitting in one place to like, reflect.
I hear that. I'm in the same boat right now. I've been working my whole life, and this is a good time to stay home and finesse things that I've been working on before, and really for myself. I don't think I've ever had this much time off since I was like 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for us in between tours, our life is kind of just dwelling within our crypt anyways, so it's not that different. I think the difference is just knowing that it's gonna be for a while, for the foreseeable future.
And it's not our choice currently, but
and it's not our choice. And like we'd way rather be bringing our black mass on the road.
I'd rather be out doing events as well. It's gonna be a while.
Yeah,
to go back to normal, but the good things.
it is. But I think like within any circumstance, you can always manipulate it to your favor and like take advantage of what's been given to you. It's like I see the negative aspects of this time, and I also see the positive aspects, and it's a balance. And we're just trying to take advantage of the positive aspects that we can.
Yep.
That's the only thing you can do right now.
It's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
So, and hey, having like at least a year at home, I have been gardening my ass off. My witch's garden has like gone out of control. So, we've been learning new instruments. We've been,
just working on stuff.
Writing, working on stuff. It's allowed us a lot more time for magic as well. Like definitely been practicing a lot more magic. So it,
free time's not all bad.
No.
That's pretty cool. I mean, you guys can get in touch with yourself, your chakras, and just really recenter yourself that way. It's really important.
Definitely.
For sure.
Though I haven't really touched my chakra in quite a while, I must say.
But yeah, I mean, you guys, I love you guys, and if a lot of people haven't heard Twin Temple before, you should definitely go listen to them. They're a doo-wop, which is something that you guys are bringing back. And are you what really influenced you? Like, what really influenced you, like, doo-wop wise, to start this band?
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's.
I mean, there's a lot of artists that we're talking about, artists in particular.
Yeah. I mean, this project is really like just like an amalgamation of every rock and roll band we've loved since we're like little kids, you know? I mean, Zach and I have always really gravitated towards classic American rock and roll in particular, but mostly just like 50s, 60s rock and roll, and really anything under the rock and roll umbrella, like
through metal, you know, Alice Cooper, Sabbath, early stuff, and like new stuff now. You know, we like so much stuff.
And like going back to the early roots of rock and roll, like blues and gospel and country and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, we call it doo-wop, and a few tracks are like more doo-wop influence, but there's a lot of just different classic, like rock and roll
American music.
Yeah, like from jazz, blues, soul, gospel, like country, like R&B. It's all over the place. So I mean, it's just the music we've always loved and we've always played and we've always listened to. Really, I mean, it's just.
Yeah, but we love so many groups, you know, like there's so many girl groups. Like,
but like doo-wop,
like the Crystals and Ronettes, of course, you know, Teddy Bears.
Del Shannon, the
Dion
Platters, the Penguins.
The Shangri-La.
Drifter. Shangri-La, of course.
Yeah.
Course. You know, all that. And then, of course, like Roy Orbison and like, you know, more kind of like, you know, he had his doo-wop time and he kind of went more like country and rock and roll. And
Chuck Berry.
Just
you
all
know,
that,
Buddy Holly, like, but also I love a lot of early jazz, like Big Mama Thornton, and you know, Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, even some of the crooners like Julie London, and you know, just like all over the place. Really, I mean, we really love music in general, especially music that is authentic and has like a meaning to it, basically. It like we'll listen to it, you know.
That makes you guys 100 million times even more awesome. That you are, some respect. I see like all the today that don't even know what Van Halen is, and it's kind of like
oh boy,
Van Halen, Satan.
David Lee Roth and his Yankee Rose, the same thing Anton LaVey used to put up.
David, oh man, yeah.
Yeah, we love it all. I mean,
we do. We just
honestly, it's like satanic doo-wop, which is like a cool, like it made us kind of like.
It felt like
laugh.
it encapsulated enough, you know. It was close enough, but it also had enough just of a certain feel when you hear it that we felt like it just conveyed the right thing, you know. But it's not limited to doo-wop. It's really just like classic American rock and roll.
And we do use a lot of doo-wop tropes throughout the record, and it just felt like a subversive way and like a transgressive way to kind of define what we do. Because like doo-wop on the whole, more than other forms of like early rock and roll, is way more asinine and saccharine, like on the whole. So lyrically, if you had to choose a genre of rock and roll, that's probably the most like puerile and like adolescent of all the genres. So we just found it kind of like it like tickled us to inhabit that genre and inject it with like super transgressive and subversive, like feminist, satanic, and like occult influences that kind of define the other areas of our life. So it's sort of a quick way to like, I don't know, sum it up.
Yeah. When you guys are playing music, do you guys like to cook at home or do you prefer takeout? I mean,
honestly, when we're at home, I don't think we ever really get takeout. I actually love cooking a lot. It's a thing I do to kind of like
We cook every meal.
We cook like every single meal. Zach's the breakfast department. I have to say, he makes a great scrambled egg.
Really smart.
I've expanded. I did a veggie and bacon scramble today.
It was really good. I'm
a simpleton when it comes to cooking.
Yeah,
not my forte.
I like when we're on the road, we eat so much crappy food and eat out every single meal. It's like cool because you don't have to do dishes, but it's also just gets really depressing to not ever be able to just like scramble one egg on the road.
And you feel horrible after a while.
Honestly, it's like supersize me. Tour is just supersize me. You just eat gas station food and junk food. If you're lucky, like once or twice a day. And then like, if you're not lucky, you're just eating out of like vending machines at a hotel, if they have one, or you're just really hungry. Like, so when we're at home, it's like the ultimate treat to make our own food. And I find it really like I won't say, like meditative and creative thing for me to do. And I really enjoy it. So I don't think we've gotten takeout once since we've been home in the last 3 months.
No, we haven't. And that's not because of COVID.
No, it's just because it's like, if we're home, we're cooking. That's the evening well spent in my book.
Literally like a month eating McDonald's every day. After that, I was just done.
I can't talk about fast food.
It was gnarly.
So there really isn't a memorable place that you've eaten at, like.
Memorable.
Well, Germany was interesting because it was the first time I'd seen so many hot dogs.
Not the meat too.
In like bubbling jars on gas station counters that were actually really good and served with fresh baked bread. So it was a very strange juxtaposition.
That was really true. What did we call them? The jar dogs or something?
Dogs. Yeah, it was like
basically, like every German gas station has these clear jars with like bockwurst.
It's like
steaming away.
The monster mash, it's like Boris Karloff in his laboratory, but he's making hot dogs or like bratwurst,
Yeah. It was interesting. But I mean, the irony is it's like, we went to like 6 or 7 countries in Europe, and you'd think you'd be like sampling the delicacies of like every area, but the truth of the matter is it's just like gas station McDonald's, if you're lucky, or just the worst food ever.
Or just the Wi-Fi.
What's that?
Going to McDonald's because they have a Wi-Fi. That kind of a thing.
Or it's just like the only thing on a stretch of like 50 miles, and like you don't want to stop again and you have to pee, and so it's just like, whatever, this is all there is, this is what you're getting. But yeah, like I'm trying to think, actually in France they actually made us a meal which was really cool, which was like this really spicy, like Moroccan inspired tagine with couscous, which was not really what I wanted to eat right before performing, but I appreciate the effort. And actually in Glasgow after a show, we went out last night and we did not eat anything that was Glaswegian because I guess they're really into deep frying everything, including Twinkies, which one of our bandmates got. They're like, I guess Glasgow is like, the place of deep frying. So we kind of chickened out and didn't really. Oh no, it was a deep fried Snickers bar. I think that's what they got. We actually got doner kebab in Glasgow, and Glasgow was lit. There was like fist fights breaking out on every corner, and we're like, okay, we're just gonna get our kebab and chill. But food is really bleak on the road.
Yeah, it's not as glamorous as people think it is. You get lucky if you have a buffet in the hotel.
If you are really lucky, which reminds me, in Sweden, we did have a really amazing breakfast buffet. We were all like stuffing like fruit and like Swedish knäckebröd like into our pockets because we're like, oh my God, we'll never see something that was once a living thing like ever again. So like my purse definitely had like 3 bananas in it. And everyone was like really excited. So like Sweden, actually the food was all right.
You guys, what kind of food do you prefer to eat? I talk to a lot of Satanists, and a lot of them come to me and they're like, we don't eat meat, or we're vegans or vegetarians, or we're pescatarians. And I do know a lot of people that eat meat. I eat meat, and I watch where I get it from. It comes from a farmer, or I get it from a butcher that I trust.
Yeah, I mean, we've experimented with nutrition like a lot over the years, and Zach can probably talk more about this, but he was actually like sick for a while, and we healed ourselves like through food, basically, like let thy food be thy medicine. And we kind of landed at a place where we're omnivores, and yeah, we just make sure that the food and the meat that we source is ethical and like grass fed and like everything. But Zach can probably talk more about like the food and.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, we've experimented quite a lot as I was trying to heal. I had Crohn's disease.
Oh man.
They claim, Western medicine claims it cannot be healed, but
yeah, their solution was like putting him on medication that caused cancer and removing his digestive tract, basically.
Yeah, so when it came to that, it was like, maybe I'm gonna stop listening to Western medicine for a bit. So just kind of went like really, really hard and like just focused up every day, you know, and we just experimented so much.
We're raw vegan for a period of time. And then we were also like paleo.
Yeah, we tried like everything basically, because like the thing about it is that it's totally subjective, and it's like the individual that really counts, you know, and it's like there's books of people who healed with like a raw vegan diet, and there's books of, you know, paleo. So many different things, and they were successful, you know, and it's like they all worked, so there's no catch all. So that was really enlightening to kind of realize that, and that can really be applied just to everything, you know, like everything is so subjective.
Yeah, it's all about the individual experience. So we kind of landed at a omnivorous, happy place that seems to be best for us, you know.
Just like organic, like you were saying, organic and like ethically sourced, you know, that's kind of really all, because like it's like pesticides and all that shit, you know, it's like those are all you know, adding up to all of our inflammatory, you know, like diseases as like a world, you know.
And like factory farm meat is just like horrendous and something that like we definitely make a point to not support. So
like Smithfield, have like it's like a slaughter factory. It's just they have inhumane treatments of the way they keep their pigs, and they have
sickening.
Yeah, it's horrifying. So that's something, you know, when, you know, we definitely do not support at all.
Yeah.
And after the recent deaths of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, the nation stood in solidarity against police brutality and reform through protests in the Black Lives Matter movement. What I noticed is that to bring awareness, you guys raised money for the Black Visions Collective, a Minnesota-based civil rights group, through your Patreon, and I thought that was really, really awesome. What do you?
Yeah.
What do you?
Yeah, I mean that's something that we've been committed to doing pretty much since the inception of TT. Since the day we started, we've always been committed to like dismantling sexism and racism and hexing the patriarchy. That's something that we like believe deeply in. So we've raised money all the like pretty much, you know, every other month we'll pay 6.66% of our sales to a ton of different organizations, like Yellow Hammer Fund, Mitakuye Foundation, Trans Women of Color Collective, Rainforest Action Network. Black Visions Collective was the most recent ones. We definitely believe in like giving back and donating to organizations that are like fighting the good fight to usher in the Eon of Babylon. Yeah. So it's something that we've always been committed to and will remain committed to. And with recent events, it felt even more urgent to, gas that aspect of what we do. So we did a few extra fundraising initiatives towards the Black Lives Matter cause, and definitely think that that's an important part of,
Yeah, very, very important right now. I mean, important all the time.
Important all the time. Yeah, definitely. So.
Incredibly important, and I love what you guys are doing, and you guys are also raising money for the Trevor Project. And if people are listening, they can go to Twin Temple's website, and I believe there's a thing that they can purchase, and the money will go directly towards that.
Actually, yeah. So we recently are stoked to put in we have a little occult shop alongside our music and regular merch. We stock occult items that you can use, like tarot cards,
altar
herbs
statues,
you can burn,
incense burners,
basically everything that we use at home. We offer to people because they're always like, what do you use? What should I use for this? So we started just putting it on our website to make it available to more people. And I think you're referring to the Pride deck that we just stocked.
Yeah.
And that is from this tarot card company, and they created a deck in collaboration with over 40 LGBTQ plus artists around the world. And in the creation and through the production of this tarot cards, they were able to donate, I think, a little over $10,000 to the Trevor Project through the creation and like sales of this tarot deck. So obviously that was something that we wanted to support. So we picked up an order of those, and we're making them available on our website. And it feels really important also to disseminate, occult, tools that are inclusive and are representative of all different kinds of people. So
the changing times.
So when we saw it, we're like, oh, and they donated $10,000 to Trevor Project. We definitely need to place an order with this company. So that's a new little item that we added to our occult shop.
Love it.
Yeah.
It was amazing talking to you guys again, and hopefully I'll be able to see you guys in person soon. Thank you so much for talking. This is actually the first interview I've ever done with anybody. So.
Well, you were diabolical, my dear.
Yes, it was great. Thank you for having us. It's been a delight.
You're welcome. And thank you to everybody for tuning in as well. I'll see you guys later. Hail Satan.
Hail
Satan.